Well, another busy day working around the cabin site here today. So got all the landscaping put in. Hydrangeas planted all the way down through here. These are actually the smaller ones so they don't get that tall. Put some fabric down and all this mulch. Decided to end up going with mulch instead of the brown river rock. I just kind of thought that it was getting a little carried away with so much rock between the rock and the concrete. I can't always go back and do rock, but and the rock would be permanent. You know, mulch is pretty permanent too. You just got to keep, add more mulch to it. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like the way the dark mulch goes around everything. Kind of started lining the rocks. I got to go out back and get some more rocks. I got some darker gravel to go over top of all this ABC stone. Once I finish rolling that in and seal that off. A Japanese maple and some smaller stuff to go back here behind the wall, and decide to mulch all that. It'd just be a whole lot easier to maintain. Just come in here, blow all the leaves off of it, and be done with it. So I got a few little piles of junk to finish cleaning up, and next weekend all the sod comes. Actually going to do sod all the way around it to go ahead and finish it off and give it that good established look. Hot tub came this week. I got that set up. I had him go back under there and beefing up the deck a little bit just to make sure. But that should be a nice spot right here. TV on the wall. Still got plenty of room over here. It's a little bit big, but yeah, I wanted it. So guess what? Got it. Acorns. This oak tree drops a lot of acorns. Like I said, I'm gonna bring the power washer down here, start cleaning all this mess up and wash everything. And sod will be here next week. Like I say, I'm gonna do from the house out to the edge of the field and about 25 feet around it. Well, about 25 feet out all the way around it. Just to kind of go ahead and get that good established look and not have dirt and mud here all winter long while trying to get some grass to grow. Shaping up. Time to clean all this mess up now. Well, a little Sunday afternoon work here. Got the pipe loaded on the trailer for tomorrow. Grab the mulcher, the Indeco mulcher for the mini excavator. I'm gonna take it over there to the cabin and mulch the backside of the pond dam. Mechanic came this week, pulled the cylinder off, so the steer cylinder was leaking. I ordered the seals for that. He was able to get over here this week, pull that off. There was one O-ring missing and he didn't have it, so he took that to go match it up, and he pulled the piston out of this cylinder right here for the ripper. This one was leaking, so I think the seals I couldn't find the part number on the rear ripper for this grader. I did order a parts manual for it, but I couldn't locate the everything I saw was for like everything up here in a front blade. As you see, the cylinder still right there. He just took the piston itself out of it with all the seals on that to go match everything up. So grader should be ready to go after that. Also got some hoses made for Betty, so should be able to get track loader put back together as well. Oh Betty, you're an expensive farm toy. So, as you know, I've been gone out of town working, and mechanic came and did my pulled those cylinders off, and he had a couple free minutes. I said, come over here and see if you can break the hoses loose on Betty. I didn't realize they were the flange fittings. I thought they were screw in. Honestly, I never looked at it. But I know it can be a bit of a challenge sometimes to get broke free. Well, he took the hoses off, and I was like, well, I guess I got to get them fixed now. So got 2 new hoses made. That's probably $600 worth of hoses. So those two over there, this one is the one that busted. On the other side, this one doesn't look too bad, and that one, it's got a flat spot right there, but you know what? I think it's gonna work no more than I use this thing. So I'll get him to throw those on here this week when he comes back. And I've got some cylinders that need to be repacked too as well. Those aren't too bad, but this one over here, let's see, this one weeps pretty good, but this one drips really good. So yeah, always something. All right, let's go do some mulching. I gotta put some fuel in the truck, or in the Mini. We need go-go juice. Got the mulcher hooked up. I'm gonna go down there to the backside of the pond dam. I have not done anything to it since I have built the pond a year and a half ago. So it desperately kind of needs some mowing done. I just haven't had time this year to get back there, but now that fall is here, once I cut it down, I don't have to worry about it till next summer. So I can keep most of it cut with the bush hog and the finish mower, other than right here. I made it a little bit too steep to get on with the tractor because I was trying to make the pond as big as I could without taking down any more of my white oak trees over here, and had to work within the fence over here too. So I'm gonna take the mulcher and knock all this down, get this back a little bit lower to the ground. for 25 minutes. Not too bad to be able to get all this knocked down. So that doesn't actually cut this the greatest in the world. Really need a rotary mower for this. That's more for that brush and stuff like that and trees. But it's what I got, and it sure does beat a weed whacker. And I'm fine with it looking like that. Hit the front edge here too. I need to finish taking up some of these posts from when I had the cows over here. But yeah, that looks really good. I'm gonna sneak through the woods up there and hit that one spot up there at the inlet, and that should pretty much take care of this for the winter. Well, I got the 2 cylinders put back on the grader today while I was working, and got the heat fixed, which it was just a little valve there need to be changed, or to go from air conditioned to, let's see, where was it? Right there somewhere. There's a hose somewhere. It's got a little valve in it to change it from air conditioned to heat. I'll have to find it. But I don't need air conditioning right now, but the battery has went kaput. So got the jump box, and I got to jump start this thing. Jump box hooked up, master switch is on. Let's give her all the 12 volts. So either the battery, I don't know how old that battery is. I need to check it, see what we got. I'll check the alternator, make sure that's charging. It may just be a bad battery. Well, I think it's just the battery going bad because I got 14 volts coming off the alternator. So I don't know. I'll let it charge up, see what happens. I need to put some hydraulic oil in here. And I need to figure out where the fuel cap is, because I haven't put any fuel in it since I've had it. Is that the fuel cap? I think that's the fuel cap. Pretty sure that's the fuel cap. That should be the oil. Yeah, that's the oil. All right. Just making sure. Don't need to put diesel fuel in the wrong thing. Alright, this thing is ran for an hour. Let's see what happens. See if it's charged up. We'll see. I left the master switch on, so I guess we shall see. If that makes a difference or not. All right, let's go move the 220 and see how much sunlight we got left. So I need to take the 220, take the grading bucket off, put the digging bucket on, and run down there to the cabin. I got 2 of those great big boulders I need to move with it. I think I'm going to put them around the pond, and this is the only thing that'll pick them up. So I never used this big rock in the wall because it was just too big. It's a heavy rock. I'm gonna go down there and try to notch the pond bank and sit this rock in there so that it lays somewhat flat. Figured I needed to drive over here with the excavator before I put my sod down. muddy dirt right here for now, I guess. Flat, but I don't want it to rock. I don't think it's going to rock if somebody stands on it. I guess I need to go stand on it and find out. I had to lightly move it around a little bit. Go grab the off-road truck, take the rest of those little rocks. I drove the off-road truck home. Throw the rest of those rocks in the truck, haul them over there to the old rock pile, and pick the rest of my rocks up and put them around the tree. Got the truck, and I'm going to put the sandstone rocks back in my pile. This was one I got for the wall. They just ended up being too big. I'll put all these little small ones over there where they came from. I have all those pretty wider quartz rocks over there, and I kind of want to use those versus these sandstone ones. make 4 trips with the backhoe. Now let me go ahead and grab those rocks and bring over here. Alright, let me go over there and grab the other ones. Rest of those around with the mini excavator. got two more big ones over there somewhere. So brought Barney over here. This is the last of my pile of dirt from the pond. It was all mud when I dumped it over here. That's why I dumped it on the edge of the field, and I've used probably half of it or so. And I'm tired of looking at it, and it gets really wet kind of right in here now because I've kind of dammed this up a little bit. So I got maybe 6 or 8 loads here. I'm gonna load all this into the truck, haul it over there, make a big pile, and have another pile of dirt to dig in with the shovel and the drag line, Betty, and the little Bantam excavator. It might be more than 6 loads here. There's a lot. Well, it is what it is. We're gonna move it. Well, I got the dump truck because Donnie's coming in the morning to get that, and I would like to clean up some stuff here on the farm with it while I have it. So most of this dirt is dried out, but stuff on the bottom is still pretty wet, so I'm trying to kind of mix it all together as I go here, and it should finish drying out the pile pretty good. Stuff on the very bottom still kind of wet, so I'm just going to kind of leave a little layer right there. This area was kind of low anyway, so it can use a little bit of fill, and that will dry out. I'll come over here with the skid steer once I get the majority of this cleaned up. Just kind of slick over everything. Probably not today, but whenever I get time. Once it gets all the way down here to the bottom, that stuff right there is like, that's still like the mud I dumped out. I'm gonna leave it right there. I mean, this stuff here splattered when I dumped it out, but that's been, oh, 20 months ago, not quite 2 years, 22, almost 2 years ago. I built the pond in 22, January of 22. 23, January of 23. Yeah. All this over here should be good though. Maybe. Keep loading it out and find out. Nah, it's still a little wet. Like I said, mix it all together, it will become one pile of dusty wet dirt. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a few loads here, more than I thought, but we're committed now. It's probably gonna be 8 or so. I'll haul them over here and kind of get stuff a little more together. I'm about half tempted to dump it in that same pile. I think I'm just going to do that. The dirt about looks the same to me. I mean, it looks like pretty decent topsoil. I think I'm just going to dump it in that pile. Just have one. I mean, it came from the same spot. The reason I dumped it there was because it was mud. That way I can just have a big old stockpile of dirt right here. I did get the hoses. Well, mechanic put the hoses back on, but I did go get some hoses made, as you saw. He got those put back on there, and I need to start it. I need to figure out what I need to do with that thing. It's got some cylinders that leak on it. I need to get some seal kits and figure out what's making that whining noise. I don't know if it's the pump or something in the pump, or I don't know. Betty needs some TLC. Betty's not high on the list though. We got a lot of more practical equipment to use. But Betty is a fun machine to have on the farm though. For like pushing up all these dirt piles and burn piles. But it's a wore out old machine's what it is. But it's mine. Alright, let me back down there and get some more dirt. I've got one truckload left. My 6 to 8 loads has turned into 12 loads. I didn't realize there was that much there. It went farther into the woods than I remembered, but so be it. It's some pretty decent dirt now. It is dried out. Still a little gooey there at the bottom, but kind of mixing it all together, it's making a decent topsoil. So I'm getting all this stockpiled here. And I'm gonna have a good play pile and a pile for, you know, anytime I need topsoil or fill dirt or whatever you want to call it. I have some. What I'm probably going to do, if I need some really good topsoil, all this in here is like a foot deep of just really beautiful black dirt. I'll probably burn that brush pile and then undercut this out right here and stockpile it, and then take like the D7 and just push this pile into the low area and fill it in, kind of swap the dirt out, then just skim coat it with some nice dirt topsoil. But we'll see. This stuff did grow, some stuff. Not as good as what's here. Man, this stuff grows. Well, you see how good the weeds grow. It grows grass good. And then I also got my pile of dirt and ashes over there as well. Where aren't we going? There we go. What happened? Oh, we're spinning. It's like, what's going on here? Why aren't we moving? All right, let's go get the last load, and we'll probably, if we got time, put some oil in Betty and might push the pile up with it. It needs to be running. It hasn't been running in a little while. Original dirt pile. New dirt pile. Yeah, I definitely added to it. All right, I'm gonna get the 220. I took the dump truck all the way to the back. I got some old rotten mud mats back there. I want to load into the truck, take it to the other burn pile back there, dump all that out, and I will be done with the dump truck then. And then I'm gonna come up here and take Betty, push that up. Yeah, I mean, a nice little play pile of dirt there. That looks like a rock. I'll put that over there for now. So I got a bunch of old mud mats here. I'm gonna clean that up. Pulled that first one, big old black snake come out of there, so hopefully he'll go find a new home. I'm gonna back the dump truck over here and load all that into it. Just kind of get this section right here cleaned up. grabbing this, and I got 3 or 4 mats stacked up beside the fence that are well past their prime. I'm going to throw those in the fire pile as well and get this mess cleaned up. I'm going to leave the excavator down here. I'll probably end up taking some more trees down right here. I don't have time to do it today. I'll probably end up grabbing those trees right there, and I wanted to add on to the shop and make it bigger. While I have the bigger excavator here, it'll make quick work of doing that. Quicker work. I don't know why this is squeaking. I literally just pumped a huge amount of grease into it. You can just see it squirting out everywhere. I don't know. Always something. I've got some old mats right here that were actually bought them from a friend of mine. He said they were rotten, but they ended up being so rotten that I couldn't even use them. Black snake. But the burn pile won't care. I'll get down there and dump these out. They'll dry out a little bit. That was the boat. Can't see it. Like dirt. Alright. That's cleaned up now, I think. You interested, cows? Brr! Alright, that's a little less crap I have to deal with now. Got this metal smashed up, they're old hay rings. Over here, I'm going to haul that up front, and that will be it. Then we'll go get on Betty. I'm going to dump a little hydraulic fluid in Betty and get the jump box. Go ahead and get this thing going and make sure my new hoses work pretty good. Push up my dirt over here. Probably going to push it up, make a platform up top where I can put the Bantam up there and dig. And if I want to play around with the drag line, I can scoop that up and yeah. Have a nice little play pile. Let's see if I can get this whole thing going. I don't even know if 5 gallons is going to be enough, but it'll be more than what's in there right now. I'm literally putting probably $50 worth of oil in here to push up the pile for 10 minutes. Breathe, breathe, don't go. Oh, I knew that was coming. Try to slow that down a little bit next time from happening. Make sure it can breathe there and not overfill. Why aren't you gulping? Well, I've made a sure enough mess. Well, it won't rust now, will it? I don't know why that wasn't venting like it should. I mean, it's not tight by no means. I don't know. At least I can run it for a little bit. I doubt that cylinder has got any better as far as leaking. I am covered in oil now. Oh, it's going to go up again. That's a bad design. Probably operator error, but it happens. Yep, that's not going to rust this winter. Ay, what a mess. Let's see what this old turtle do. Ta-da! Well, it runs again. This cylinder right here is next on the list to get repacked. It's bleeding pretty good. The other ones are wet, but that one's leaking the worst. I think another 5 gallons of hydraulic fluid and it might actually be good to go. When I checked it, the oil was like down to here, so now it's like up to there. Enough to run it, but it did seem a little quieter, so maybe it was just a little bit low on oil there. I don't know, we'll see. Get that cylinder fixed. We'll lose a fair amount with that, and yeah, because right now what's gonna happen, it's gonna leak. Well, no, with the rod pushed up in there, it's got less oil in it now than when the bucket's tilted. So, well, I got me a nice little pad there. I can put the Bantam up top, dig right there, and or come in here with the shovel and dig from right there. So that'll work. Till next time. All right, so I just took the leaf blower, blew all the leaves off. I've got 2 loads of gravel. Got a darker blue stone that kind of really matches the sidewalks here a lot better. As you can tell, it's a lot bluer than that right there. So I'm going to take the skid steer, put the smooth bucket on, run over this real quick and slick all this up, roll it in, and start spreading some of that to cover all this. Now that I got all my rocks in and everything is where it needs to be. Well, that looks a lot better. Get the CO tomorrow. I can pull the depth pipes out and finish the gravel over there and spread the rest of it down the road to keep the dust down. Gravel is very difficult to spread. Well, it's easy to spread. It's very difficult to fine grade with the skid steer when it's only an inch, inch and a half deep, because it just wants to pull all the way back down to subgrade. But got that spread out, rolled in. Once this pile's gone, I'll run over it again, dress it up, and roll it in again.